So we are 526 miles from Majuro. About 3 hours and 10 minutes left to go. A lot of folks have asked about some of the survival equipment I'm wearing here. I would just take a minute and take you on a little tour of what I decided to wear on this trip. I have here a Switlick life jacket. I've actually had this jacket for about 5 years. My wife and I, we fly to the Bahamas quite a bit. And after we watched the video of Dick McLaughlin parachuting into outside of Andros into the water, we decided we would look for and wear constant wear life jackets. We tried out a number of them, settled on this is a Switlick X-Back Aviator. It has 2 compartments, 2 cartridges, 2 pull handles. It's got a storage pocket here where I keep a rescue mirror, a small knife, some sunscreen. It also has a tether line here where you can tether to another life jacket or to a life raft. It's a very comfortable jacket, and when you wear it normally without a survival suit, it's very comfortable. Forget that you have it on. And underneath it I have a Switlick Zip It maritime survival suit. This is made by Switlick Company in Trenton, New Jersey. And the fellow at Trenton that's over general aviation sales is a fellow named Paul Arnold. And I went up there and paid him a visit because these suits are not off the shelf. These are made to fit you. They take measurements and it's made just to fit you. Now you don't necessarily have to go up there and be fitted for it, but I was in the area so I did so. Paul took me on a tour of Switlick. It's a very interesting place. All these products are handmade in Trenton, New Jersey, by a number of men and women who operate a variety of sewing machine and equipment. So it has, this is basically the same suit that the Coast Guard helicopter pilots wear, North Sea pilots wear it, the helicopter pilots in the Gulf wear them. They're very common all over the world. This particular one has got some reflective tape on it, slightly bigger pockets. So it's got a bunch of pockets. I've got some pens, a multi-knife. Over here, I've got some more sunscreen. In the pockets, I've got a first aid kit, small maritime survival kit. And in the pockets down the legs, comes with neoprene gloves and a hat to wear as well. It's made to be worn all the time. It's constant wear. So it may not look comfortable me sitting here right now, but believe me, it is. And I've had it on for 13 hours to Hawaii and 12 and a half today. It's very comfortable. For life raft, I have a Switlick one-man life raft. And I actually would like to have had a larger raft, but there just isn't room for one. Also, with the way I've got this airplane tank, I really couldn't take the weight of a bigger raft. This is designed for one man. It weighs 7 pounds. This raft is commonly used by a lot of the ferry pilots out here in the Pacific. The Coast Guard swimmers take this raft with them, and if they get left behind in a rescue, they deploy this raft and stay in it. It's also the raft that Lou Morton had on board when he had to pull the chute on his Cirrus going to Hawaii. And there's a video of him deploying this raft and how he got in it. So as small as it is, it's very capable. And I also have a grab bag. I got this big green bag. Here I got a couple bottles of water, another first aid kit, some sea survival stuff like fishing line and sunscreen, and it all comes in a kit. I've also got a bunch of protein bars, beef jerky, and some nuts in here as well. So if I have to ditch, I got my ditch bag ready to go. Well, I keep all this just right here in back of my seat, so when I open the door, I can grab it. So Switlick makes great products. They're made in America. They started, Stanley Switlick started this business in 1920, and he originally developed golf bags, and later on leather mail bags for the Postal Service. And in the early 1930s, he entered into a joint venture with George Putnam of Putnam Bushing. And their joint venture was to develop parachutes. And on Stanley Switlick's farm, they built a 110-foot tower to test out the parachutes. Well, the first commercial jumper from the tower was George Putnam's wife, Amelia Earhart. So now Amelia Earhart flew around all over the world wearing Switlick parachutes. So now we end up on the subject of Amelia Earhart, which is kind of interesting because her last known position was about 800 miles south of here. So she left, supposedly, did leave New Guinea en route on a flight to Howland Island and was basically never seen again. So a number of search efforts have been underway in the past, and actually recently at a small island south of here called Nakamura. Then, of course, there's a popular conspiracy theory that has her leaving New Guinea and not going to Howland Island at all, but going to what now is the Marshall Islands, where I'm heading. And the conspiracy theory is that she was on a clandestine mission, videotape Japanese installations at Truk Island. This theory has her landing in a small atoll out here just ahead of me called Milne Atoll, where supposedly she was captured by the Japanese, then transported to Majuro, then to Kwajalein, and finally to Saipan, where she was held as a POW and reportedly died of dysentery. Fate probably worse than just crashing into the ocean. What's interesting about this conspiracy theory is the people around the Marshall Islands and Majuro never understood why it was such a mystery, because they say it was such common knowledge that she was on Majuro, Kwajalein, and such. At any rate, I have contemplated both of these theories, and in order to hopefully evade the same fate that she had, I have over here full flight. On this over here, I have Jeppesen mobile flight deck. I also have Armin pilot. As well, I have a generous supply of Pepto-Bismol and Cipro. That's it for now. You in Majuro.